hospital, as you know, where they have a slot for AA meetings, and then they have a format for your AA meeting. Is that still an AA meeting, or is that the hospital dictating about what the AA meeting is?
Well, I'm going to use a little bit of corrections experience with that. My gut and my experience passed down from people long before me is that when you're going to start a meeting in a facility like that, it's just as important for you to ask questions as for them. In fact, I have a checklist at home if you ever, let's just say a warden calls me up and says, I want to have a meeting. Well, I've been taught to go and meet with that warden and let him hear him tell me or her tell me what she wants. And then I take down all that information and I give no answers right there. And I take it back to my committee or whoever else and I talk about what they want. And what I do is I go back and meet with them again and tell them what I can give them inside the AA parameters. I can say, I can do this because that's what AA is. If you don't want this, well, you don't want AA. And my belief with correctional facilities especially is that if you give them a watered-down version of AA, you're depriving them of the AA that we love. And if they don't want our AA, they just want something else, and that's okay, but it's not AA. And I've been taught that eventually, my experience, I had to do that once, at the Cook County Women's Facility. I went with the Corrections Women's Chair. I happened to be the delegate at the time from Chicago. They didn't want an AA meeting. They wanted some kind of hodgepodge of a million different fellowships, and we had to tell them, we can't do that. That's not what we do. A year later, they came back to us and finally said, we want an AA meeting. And out of that grew an AA meeting, a night they set aside where people could go in and take people through the work individually in rooms. So that's what grew out of that. So I think sometimes short term, you might get a bad answer. Long term, just like anyone who walks in here and decides they don't want to get sober, when they really need AA, they'll come and take advantage of all of it, not just picking and choosing. So